Hello, Gen brothers and sisters. My name is Joel Yeast.
And I am Lindsay Erazo, and we are so thrilled to deliver the highly anticipated news of the theme for your Saturday night banquet at your Global Leadership Celebration in 2 short weeks in the Big Easy.
That's right, Lindsay. And we also have some other exciting news for you, but first, a very important message from Gen's very own Chief Education Officer, Dr. Tom Morter, and his brother, Dr. Ted Morter. Gentlemen.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tom Morter, and with me here today is Dr. Ted. And I want to bring you up to speed. Welcome, first of all, Dr. Ted.
It's great to be here.
Always. I want to bring you up to speed on a recent call that Blaine and Dr. Ted and I did with Greg Kramer on New Year's Eve. And many people have called in saying, I missed the call. I'd love to have access to that information. So there will be a link below for you to click on for you to be able to hear the call in its entirety. What's happened is that Greg Kramer has decided to pass his ownership baton to Dr. Ted and I. It's always been Greg's goal to save the club, secure the club, make sure that it was in good hands and make sure it was in a good place. And now we have accomplished that, and it is a fabulous, wonderful, and spectacular thing inside this new year.
You know, I have to agree. I think Greg is most gracious and has done a great job, and we're happy to step in and kind of move this ball forward and continue down a path of great leadership and, focus on what this club is really about.
Absolutely. A special thank you to the Kramer family. Next, I want to talk just a bit about Level 7 coming up in New Orleans. The first time, the official release of Level 7 that Blaine and Dr. Ted and I will be presenting, uncovering for you. Level 7, remember there are 12 levels. We're going to 12. This is the next one. It's Level 7. And I know that, Dr. Ted, you're very excited about sharing information there as well as in the general session coming up in New Orleans.
You know, Tom, thanks. And I'm extremely excited about this because as I've watched this for years now, I've watched this club grow and I've watched it evolve into new and exciting things and deviate here and there and always come back to focus. I'm really excited about this new Level 7 information as we've been discussing it and planning it and working with it. And I'm very excited about where it's headed. I'm excited about the Level 7 itself. I'm excited about what's ahead of that in the future on down the road. And I'm excited for all the people that are at the lower levels where they're just, contemplating, working their way up through this program to give them an idea of, what this is really about and where we're headed with this. And I'm excited about it because it opens up new pathways, new neurological pathways, which is what I'm all about and what we're about,
Absolutely.
to help change this brain and move it forward. I think that's what Kevin initially really wanted to start with these levels. And I know he's done that. And I'm just super, super excited to be there in New Orleans and to help you and Blaine, move this thing down the road.
Absolutely. That is the goal. We also have recently sent out a survey via email. Many of you have received that and many of you have responded to that. Others have not yet. Maybe you've not seen it. Maybe you went to spam. The internet is a different game than it's been. So what we're going to do again is to provide a link below for you to take a survey. Now here's why it's important. Because the survey is about what you want your club to be. Remember, let's not lose sight of the fact it's your club. It's about the members. It's about what you desire. What are the topics that you want to learn about? And to that end, we engaged a person that we've worked with for years inside of Morter Health System. Mr. Dave Lacani. Ted, would you talk just a little bit about Dave?
I've known Dave Lacani. He is the president of Bold Approach, which is a marketing company that helps get messages out there. And he's a best-selling author. He's written a couple of books. I've got a couple of them here that I've read and enjoy about persuasion, subliminal persuasion, the power of an hour. I've known Dave Lacani for going on probably 10 years now. He's worked with me, with us. He's helped us in Morter Health System. He's helped us on our presentations and things that we've done from stage. He's an international author and lecturer. He travels, the world and presents with, multiple seminars. He's just a plethora of information, whether it's from the internet or live presentations. He's a master of communication,
Yes.
I believe is a great word to use for that.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited he's going to be in New Orleans. We have, not only has he helped us with this survey that we put out there, to come up with the questions to really drill down and find out what it is that what you really want. These questions were specifically designed and worked on for quite some time to make sure that we get that we extract the information from you, because
Correct.
oftentimes people have a hard time communicating. They have a hard time communicating. You, as members of GEN, you know this is true. You have a hard time sometimes communicating the information of what you're thinking about or feeling and what you really say. So our job with the survey and in incorporating Dave's talents was to extract this information from you in a way that we could use it to say, oh my gosh, this is what people are really interested in. Why don't we just give them that?
Absolutely. Another gift to you from the club, the Global Information Network.
And to follow up, so Dave will be in New Orleans. He will be a featured speaker. It will be a wonderful presentation that I think will excite you and get you to understand more about what's inside your head and then what comes out of your mouth. I think that's a big thing.
Those are two different things.
Yeah, you know,
So
we know people in our communities and in our GEN community that they have the best intentions and they really are excited about what's going on, but they just tend to kind of trip on their tongue, and it doesn't come out the way it should be. It's about the art of communication, persuasion, communication, even subliminal levels to really get your point across. And I think Dave is the man to make this happen. I'm so excited he's going to be there for this program.
Absolutely. A couple of other things about the survey itself, things that you have asked us to address and to bring into the club and to bring into your information flow, if you will, are ways in which you can make money, the ways you can become more persuasive, how you can create extra income, even starting an internet business, or how can you learn faster?
Yeah.
How can you learn, because there is so much information in the Global Information Network. There's so much information. How can you get it faster? How can you retain more of it? How can you improve your memory? How can you improve your health?
These are all topics that were money, communication, improving your health, law of attraction. These are things that you're interested in, according to the survey.
Absolutely.
Those of you that didn't send in a survey, if you're interested in something else,
do it now.
give us a survey. Show us
now.
what you want, because we listen.
There are places on the survey for you to make suggestions. It is your club. We're also going to have some other great, just to hit on the lineup of what's coming in New Orleans.
I was excited when I saw this.
What's coming in New Orleans? We have, of course, Ed Foreman, Earlene Vining. True supporters of this club.
You can't say enough about Ed and Earlene. I've known them for so many years. I respect
Decades.
them. I respect them and their message and the way they live, what they preach, and how they deliver it. And I know they're going to excite this crowd again, because that's just who they are. That's what they do. And they're just untiring, if you will. And they never stop, and they continue to put out quality information that's appropriate.
Absolutely.
It's appropriate. Nothing but respect.
It's so consistent. Their message is always consistent. It's always uplifting. It's always about how can you become a better person if you just listen to them, pay attention to them.
Yeah. And you know who else is going to be there? Mary Miller. I've been in love with Mary Miller since I snuck in on one of the cruises. I remember this like it was yesterday. Up in the front bow, she was up there, and in this...
The boat was bouncing like
that was some fun times, I got to tell you, up there on that cruise. And I slipped in the back. It was a packed room, and she's dragging some suitcase around up there for a presentation. And I thought, this scrawny little gal, what is she going to talk about? And I was floored. I stood there. I never moved. I stood there, and I watched her, just create a new energy in that crowd that people want to hear about, they're excited about. I know she's going to be there. She's got some great topics about numbers and how that affects your systems and how this all ties together numerically. I'm super excited about this. There's some new information that I haven't heard yet, and I'm going to be right there on the front row, and I'm going to be listening to what Mary Miller's got to say.
Absolutely. We're proud and honored to have her there. As well as Blaine Athorn, of course, is going to be there, and Blaine is going to share more words of wisdom with us and about the future of this club and the direction on where we're headed. We're very excited about this lineup. We also have Tom Weber, the president of Planet Freedom. I know many of you learned about Planet Freedom. Many of you have learned about it since we introduced this concept in Montreal. He will be there in New Orleans. Come meet the man, shake his hand, learn about the vision, the power of the messaging, the power of improving your memory, if you will, so that you can retain the information that you learn inside this club. We're going to hear from the Wards, an influential family inside Gen. We have some releases on some youth information. How we change the planet is how we change youth. We're going to hear from...
When I heard about that, I got super excited about that as well. When I was on that conversation with you and Blaine, we were on the phone talking about what they were going to bring to this mix. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, this is something powerful. This is something that, you know, if we're going to form new members of this club, you got to start at the levels where they're malleable. It's this neuroplasticity we talk about. Their brains are ready to absorb this, the youth, and we bring that up through the ranks. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Since they absorb so much, why don't we make sure they hear good information, positive information, instead of all the stuff that they do and the influence that they're getting from the outside world? It's a different game in educating children or your grandchildren, and that's very important to us.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about what's going to happen in New Orleans from the Ward family. We're also going to hear from Stefan Patenode. As always, he is a beacon of light. He is a spectacular presenter and will bring about messaging about family and about how you apply these principles. Because the Gen principles, again, are worldwide principles. They're thousands of years old. They've just been put together in a course, the Success Mastery course, that allows anyone to engage and grow and become a better person as they move forward. We're going to hear from some Gen stories, some success stories from the members themselves, like we have since Aruba, since Montreal. It's going to happen again in New Orleans, so that you can see by applying these principles how you can win. You don't have to say, I listened to one audio and made $10 million. That's not what this club is about. While that can happen, this club is about beginning to build your foundation, beginning with the fundamental foundational principles of success, the things about law of attraction, ways in which you can grow, whether that's inside a relationship, whether that's inside your business, whether it's making money, whether it's growing personally, whether it's growing spiritually. There are so many ways that you can win inside the world of the Global Information Network.
You know, and if I'm not mistaken, I get to talk a little bit this time.
Yes, sir.
I've always enjoyed being on the stage in Gen. I've always enjoyed the camaraderie, if you will, the enthusiasm of the crowd. And I think that enthusiasm was instilled into this group from the roots of the entire club. Yes. When people from stage are acknowledged and they're edified, it creates a level of a new bar, if you will, new confidence levels of the speakers themselves. I, for one, Nona, have not only have enjoyed being on the big stage, but I'm excited to bring some new information this time to New Orleans as well. Because what we've been working on and researching here, and I've been on the computer for weeks at a time now, nonstop, researching and then working with people to find out more and more and more, to dig deeper and deeper and deeper about the neurological components of the brain, how this brain all ties together. From the difference between feelings and emotions. In our society, we tend to blur the lines there between what we call emotions and feelings. We just use the terms interchangeably. They are not. They are not interchangeable. And when you research deep enough to find out the difference between emotions, basic emotions, trigger emotions, and how they're paired up sometimes together, when you find these basic trigger emotions, and then that moves through the brain itself. These are almost genetically encoded in our systems. And it happens in animals too, these basic emotions. They're not feelings, they're emotions. And when we emote, then we have an instant feeling that comes with that. But it's a neurological and a hormonal component. It's a chemical interaction that happens deep within the brain. I'm going to talk about that in New Orleans, and I'm going to share with you the information about how you can better access and train how your body responds to these basic emotions that you have in the way that you feel about things. And I think that I know it's going to be an amazing program, and I'm super excited to be asked by you and Blaine to be there to deliver this. I'm super excited about what's going to transpire. So get ready.
It's a new year. It's a new you. We're going to be in New Orleans. We hope to see you there. Hug your neck, shake your hand. Until next week, on behalf of Dr. Ted and Dr. Tom Morter, have a spectacular week.
Thank you, Dr. Tom and Dr. Ted. You both continue to inspire, and we cannot wait to spend time with you in New Orleans.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with some very obvious news for you.
We will join together as a family in the start of the season,
The beginning of the madness,
in the heart of the city,
with a spirit that's connected on global levels.
with the greatest family on earth.
Our family, and the important theme for your Saturday night banquet.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Mardi Gras, or Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday is always celebrated 47 days before Easter, and it begins on January 7th. This is the Carnival season. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are already in Carnival season. It is a celebration of the life that precedes fasting and simple living during the Christian season of Lent.
In 1872, Rex, the king of Carnival, proclaimed the official colors of Mardi Gras to be purple, green, and gold. Rex assigned a meaning to the colors in his 1892 parade titled Symbolism of Colors. Purple represented justice, green stands for faith, and gold signifies power.
Masks were first worn during Mardi Gras so wearers could escape society and class constraints. When wearing a mask, carnival goers were free to mingle with whatever class they desired.
And keep their reputations untarnished.
Well, I think it may be a little too late for our reputations, Joel, but we will have fun anyway with our Gin Mardi Gras celebration on Saturday night.
That's right, Lindsay. But the purple does bring out the gin in your eyes.
Right. Feathers, beads, masks, be creative. We look forward to all of the colors and creativity that Gin will bring to the 2018 Carnival season in New Orleans.
We look forward to seeing you all very soon, and we know that you're coming. But if you know someone who still wants to register, maybe they're on the sideline, please help them find us. Reach out to them using the link in the email to register for the event and get a room in the Gin room block at the Sheraton, New Orleans. If there's any left, we will grab them for you.
We are preparing your agenda and all kinds of good information. Watch your inbox for updates. Don't forget, we have provided a direct link to discounted Gin airport transfers and some amazing excursions and ways to experience the greatest parts of the Big Easy.
Need help? We are here. Email support@globalinformationnetwork.com and we will guide you to the right place when we will see you very soon with Bells On.
This has been the weekly update.
I'm Joel Yeast.
And I'm Lindsay Erazo along with Dr. Ted and Dr. Tom Morter. We'll see you next time.